All right, well, if you know me very well, you know that I'm a big fan of the NBA and probably mostly just like vintage NBA, like 90s NBA. So when I found this at an estate sale, I was like, dude, I have to pick that up. Penny Hardaway, for real. And I normally wouldn't show you a book that I picked up that was $2 and it sells for like $8.99. Except it has these little pictures in the corner of every page of Lil Penny, and that lets me show off one of my other passions. I love stop motion animation. That's probably evident from my videos. So let's get into it. Welcome back to the storeroom, Pilgrim. Okay, so I got a cardboard cutout of John Wayne. I paid 15 bucks for it. I comped it after I bought it. Feel like I overpaid for it, but it's the kind of thing, man, that's just cool. And today the Duke is looking good in his single stitch Howling Wolf t-shirt. Island Royal National Park, not familiar with that. I assume it's out west somewhere. It's on this weird Sherry's Best tag. It's an extra large, but I think it runs a little big. Anyway, I paid $1 for it. I suspect it's like 20, maybe $25 plus shipping. This one's the kind of thing that I pick up and then I'm like, why did I pick that up? I picked it up because it's cool, but it's not cool to most people because it's Peoria, 1997. They still do the Jazz Heritage Festival. I don't believe that it's sponsored by Miller Beer anymore. Staff. So anyway, and then this has, it's like a tour shirt. It has the acts that played. Kevin Hart Quintet is on there. I doubt it's the Kevin Hart that I'm thinking of. Anyway, that's vintage local. Do you guys sell any vintage local stuff? Does anybody do any good selling like their community's vintage stuff? Because I have a ton of stuff and I don't have a market for it. Picked up some Sesame Street hardcovers. These were a quarter a piece. I wouldn't have picked them up if they were much more than that. They comp at like $3, $4 a piece, free shipping. So when I lot them together, they're like $10 or $12 free shipping. So for 75 cents, and I was already buying something else that for my son wanted to get a Paw Patrol toy that was a quarter, and so I was like, hey, let me just give you $1 and buy these, and it made sense at the time. I'll make a little bit of money. All right, and this is the second one of these that I bought. It's like a denim work apron. I don't know. The other one comped really kind of high, but I haven't even listed it, let alone sold it, so we'll see. Then I got some buttons. These were like, they were actually a throw-in. I think they were marked a quarter a piece, but it was at a yard sale where I was buying a bunch of stuff, and they're like, just throw those on top, no big deal. So this one is I Love Ohio. I was born in Ohio. Somebody will want that at some point. It's not big money. It's probably worthless. Ron John Surf Shop. I haven't looked into this at all yet, but it was with a bunch of stuff that was super vintage. So I'm hoping it's from like the 90s. If it is, it's probably worth something. If it's not, it may not be worth anything. This one is probably good. People collect gas and oil stuff. I know where that'll end up if I can't sell it. Anyway, that's some of the stuff. That's some more stuff. I don't know where I first heard of Bulova, but for some reason it always, for me, means high-end watch. It isn't always a high-end watch, but I pick it up when I find it cheap, anything that says Bulova on it. This is a service manual from 1964, and it comps at like 15 bucks. I paid $1 for it. Here, I came out here where you can see these a little better, and I can set them down. So the cassettes were a quarter a piece. Best of Arlo Guthrie. Not all of them are gems, but some of them are really good. Best of Arlo Guthrie, a blank. That one's I didn't become $4,000 richer because she started dating a Supertramp fan. It's kind of a tradition at this point. Ghostbusters. Interesting side note about this song, the song that you're singing in your head looking at this right now. The guy who wrote that song got sued by Huey Lewis and the News because the music is exactly the same as I Need a New Drug. I need a new drug. Ghostbusters. Crowded Houses, Jethro Tull, Beatles Greatest Hits thing, The Go-Go's, Elton John, PM Dawn.
I love that.
More Beatles. That's a really good one. I'm a little bit excited to look this one up. I may not have bought this except it's sealed, and I'm like, that's pretty cool. Sealed anything. I like new old stock stuff. How about Sgt. Pepper, Beetlejuice? I didn't even know there. I mean, I suppose there had to have been a Beetlejuice. There's a lot of music in that, but I never even thought about there being a soundtrack. That's pretty cool. Pet Sounds, classic album. George Harrison and Ringo. So quarter a piece. Can't get hurt on those. All right, so the longer I look at this one, the more I'm intrigued. This, where it says EMI and then it says Parlophone. Parlophone, if it said Parlophone on it and it was vinyl, it would be worth all kinds of money. I think this is like a Holland import or something. I'm gonna have to do some digging, but I think I may have something a little better. Your average thing. Yeah, Holland. Printed in Holland. So if you know me personally, you're probably going to be like, seriously, Tom? I'm a little bit of a loudmouth pacifist. Is that oxymoronic? Anyway, I bought these books for someone to buy and read and enjoy and not murder people. Weapons and Warfare. And it's a 1 through 24 book set, and they were $5, and they comp at like 40-ish shipped for the set. And they just go over like that's some kind of Air Force bomber plane, and weapons and warfare is what they talk about, and they're vintage books in a set of 24. They'll sell. And I found this for $15, and I thought it was probably worth not reselling. I don't even know if you could resell that. I'm sure it'd break down enough to ship, but I don't think that's the plan. Are we keeping it, or is it for sale?
Not for sale. It's free.
Show them a trick.
Okay.
Whoa! 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 All right, and so the other day I was telling you guys, my son bought a handful of shirts at Goodwill, and he decided he wanted to start his own store, and so I helped him out. I gave him a handful of things to add to the store, and so then we're going to do a new segment called 5 Kids Shop What Sold.
This box is full of these games, Super Mario Bros. And Duck Hunt, and Super Mario Bros. 3, and also ice hockey. All the games are for Nintendo. The buyer paid a total of $72.16. I paid $0. My dad paid for all of it.
So we got our first sale on 5 Kids Shop Peoria.
Alright, so 5 Kids Shop Peoria. I messed that up. So we've had some 5 Kids Shop Peoria sales, and Dad's gonna put them up on the screen so you can see what they are. He shipped them both. He didn't want us to have late shipping. We've sold a duck head shirt for $21.20, free shipping, and we also had a Kirby game, so for $12 free shipping, $12.99 free shipping. See you guys later on 5 Kids Shop Peoria.
All right, YouTube, well, welcome back to the storeroom. I'm Tom, part-time eBay reseller, full-time stay-at-home dad for 5 kids, and I live close to a helipad. I don't know if you guys can hear that helicopter, it's super loud. We live close to a hospital, and so the life flight gets a little loud from time to time. Anyhow, I've got 20 items that sold in the last 2 days. First off, I had a whole mess of games that were not worth selling all by themselves, and so I just lotted them together. I had a couple of manuals too, and so Super Mario 3, Mario 1 with Duck Hunt, manuals including John Elway Football, To the Earth. I thought there was one other one, it looks like maybe there's not. And then the John Elway Football game is also included. Fester's Quest, Ninja Turtles, and Dragon Warrior. These are all just like $5, $6 games. I put them all together as an auction, 7 days ending on Sunday night around 7 or 8 o'clock my time, because that seems to be the best time. And they sold, oh, there's the other manual, Yoshi Cookie. And they sold for, and I always start my auctions at 99 cents plus shipping. They sold for $20.92 plus shipping. Field of Dreams hat, I picked this up for like, I want to say I paid $3 or $4 for it from a buddy of mine. It's got a really strange snapback, but it's older. I think it's from '89, and it sold for $12.99 plus shipping. I picked this up the other day, Motorcraft snapback. It says made in the U.S. I find that made in the U.S. snapbacks tend to do better. Not that I think anybody actually gives a crap where their old used stuff was made, but made in the U.S. stuff tends to be more vintage because nothing's made in the U.S. anymore. That Motorcraft hat sold for $20 free shipping. This gun is for Nintendo. It's to play Duck Hunt, but it's wireless, and so it has a remote receiver. It's infrared wireless. It's cool. It's a cool thing. You don't see them too often, but they're cheap. $9.99 plus shipping. This is probably my favorite what sold of the day. I got it the other day when I was out at an estate sale with Caleb, and it was in the free pile, and I'm like, that's pretty cool. I didn't know anything about it. It sold for $52 to an international buyer, so they didn't pay me anything for shipping, but I got to ship it to Kentucky. They probably paid a ton for shipping. I have had these for a while. I got these at the same estate sale where I got that Batman blanket that sold right away for like 75 bucks. I got like 20 of these. I lotted them in groups of 4. This is the first one to sell for $12, but I think I paid $3 for all of them. So this puts me into profit, and any of the rest of them that I sell at any amount of money will be profit. I found this the other day, and if that doesn't say, let me do it like this and see if I can block that light out some because it's kind of distracting. If that doesn't scream 1990s vintage clothing, I don't know what does. I just was giddy about this sweater because it's so nerdy and cool, and it's tagged Laurel Birch. It's hard to read, but I did some research. I was able to figure it out. So if you see these funky paints like this one I had listed with the comps at 50 bucks. I had a couple of people try to get it a lot cheaper, but I knew I could get a bunch more money out of it. I ended up marking it down because I got so many offers and rejected them all. I ended up marking it down to $29.99 free shipping, and it sold pretty quickly. Okay, so both of these lots sold for $9.99 plus shipping. This one is, these are Indiana Jones themed. They say Lucasfilms, or they say LFG on the bottom of them, Lucasfilms group. And then they also say Galoob, whatever it is, the LGTI, Louis Galoob Toy Incorporated. And so I was able to figure out that these are specific from an Indiana Jones thing. They sold for $9.99, and then this is just some miniature Tootsie Toy brand planes, and they sold for 10 bucks too. 2 pairs of pants. These are, I mean, to the naked eye, they look the same. This one is a 17.512, and these are a 13.512. So there's something slightly different about the cut. I don't know what it is. They're both women's size 3. I listed this one, and it sold after quite some time having it listed on a best offer for $29 free shipping. And I remembered that, oh crap, I meant to list those other ones and I didn't. So I messaged the buyer and said, hey, I have these other ones that you'd probably be interested in. I'll get them listed. And I listed them for $35, thinking that she would come at me with the best offer of $28 and we could just add them. Well, 10 minutes being listed at $35, these sold to someone else. And so both of those got sold. These came with all of those t-shirts that sold for that I got for $0.25 a piece. These were 50 cents a piece at that yard sale. And they sold for some pretty good money, even free shipping. They'll fit in a padded envelope, and as rare as those things are getting, I still have some, so I can stick those into a flat rate padded envelope, and they'll ship for like $7.50 or whatever, $7.75, whatever it is. And I'll make, I mean, I got nothing into them. Let's say $8 including the shipping. At $35, even with fees, 11. So I'm making $24 on the ones that sold for 35. I want to show you this. $12.92. You see that on there? That tells you when these were made. These were from December of 1992. And so that would be 90s Levi's. Look how small those are. Those wouldn't even wrap around my head, let alone my waist. This must be a very small person getting these. Went into Goodwill the other day, and if you follow me on Instagram, you saw my cart full of vintage Harley sweaters. This is one. And it is by a company I've never run into with vintage Harley. Holubeck, I think is probably Holubeck. I don't know. That's how you would say that. I'm not a big Harley guy, but I like how this sweater is like distressed, or like it's intentionally faded. It looks like it's black faded, but it's like intentionally that way. It's designed to look faded. And I think it's a really nice looking sweater. I paid $8.95, which I felt like was paying up, but this sold for $47 in 2 days. And then I got two others that are vintage Harley sweaters that I listed for $39.99, and I'm sure they'll sell pretty quick. And then this, I've never seen this before. You guys saw it on a video. A buddy of mine picked it up at a thrift store. He's like, that's something you can sell for sure. Taco Bell Express. We were thinking that probably Taco Bell Express was like attached to a gas station or something. And I figured with all the everybody not going to restaurants and having DoorDash do their stuff, I figured some DoorDash guy would want to have this because it's cool. And I don't know who got it. Somebody did. Paid $49.99 plus shipping. Cassette tapes. I've been running into a lot of good cassette tapes. Say hi, Levi.
Hi.
I've been running into, he's gonna help us out here in just a minute. I've been running into a lot of good cassette tapes. Beetlejuice sold for $8.99 free shipping, and these will ship media mail. Ringo Starr sold for $7.99 free shipping, and then the big boy Pet Sounds Beach Boys classic album sold for $12.99 free shipping. NES Remix, when I got those vintage Harley sweaters, I got this game for the Wii U. We already own it. I never sell games for the Wii U that we don't already own, but this one we already had. Sold for $13.99 free shipping, and I bought it for $2.99. This old cassette tape, it has a date on it. It's pretty old. 87 sealed cassette tape. These do really well. I normally wouldn't list a single blank cassette tape by itself, but this one, probably because of its age, sold for $7 all by itself, free shipping. And then shape ups. I almost always pick up shape ups. I say I always pick up shape ups, but the other day I found a pair of men's shape ups, and my son was super excited. Not this one, Judah, my fourth grader, was super excited that he found some shape ups, and they were men's size 11, and they weren't in super great shape, but I was like, that's cool. Looked them up, and comps are not good on men's, not that I could find anyway. These women's sold for $29.99 plus shipping. All right, and the very last thing that I forgot was this pen that I already have packaged in a box that eBay sent me some packaging in with my coupon. And it sold for $21.99. Here, I'll put it up on the screen. Sold for $21.99. I got it as a throw-in at a estate sale, so it'll cost me like $4 to ship, and I'm making like $12 or $13 after fees and shipping. All right, well, this video, some of the content's from a little while ago, and so I didn't mention that recently I hit a milestone of 100 subscribers, which I think is a kind of a big deal. And if you've been following the channel for a little while, I've been saying I'm going to do a giveaway when I get to 100 subscribers. And so that I'll put some details in that on the next video. But thank you to everybody who subscribed. If you haven't subscribed yet, my statistics say that half of the people who watch my videos aren't subscribed. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. It means a lot to the channel, helps me get exposure and more people figure out and learn from what I'm doing, and it helps the community grow. So thanks for watching. Click subscribe, like and comment, and look forward to our next video where I'm going to do a pretty significant giveaway. I haven't decided exactly what it's going to be, but should be pretty good.
Bye.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe. Bye.